like noticeable like speed bumps, but it was like a set worthy set. Like, you know, like it was like, oh, that's right.
That's
like,
our bread and butter.
Yeah,
we played together for so long without like worrying. Like recording was a completely new experience for us. What we really knew was how to play together.
Yeah, like I'm a performer. I dreaded going to the studio.
I'm not gonna lie. As a teenager and getting up into my early 20s, the most terrifying thing was performing in front of my best friends.
Yeah,
because it was just like, you could go nuts in front of like a crowd of 20, 30 people, 100, whatever the case is. You go absolutely fucking nuts, but get me be, you know, in front of my best friends and I'm trying to put on the greatest performance, to where now I have a mindset that like, okay, I'm going to get warmed up. I'm going to get myself ready and I'm going to go in there. But there's still that nervous moment. So in a weird way, and this is going to sound really like ego driven, when someone's like, damn, that's a good take, it kind of boosts my confidence up and be like, oh, okay, whew.
The first
it feels
time,
good now. Let's go.
The first time Erin was in the room when I did a vocal take.
Oh my god, dude, he scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, he was laying on the floor because there's no seats in there. And like I did a take and I turned around and everybody was just like, jaws dropped, and he sat up and he was just like, yo.
I was just scrolling and all of a sudden I heard this fucking guttural, fucking earth-shattering shit. I was like, what the fuck, Brian?
Yeah.
Like, dude, when the fuck did that happen?
And I just like doing like the finger guns. I was like, yeah, that's gonna be the whole record, bro.
I'm bringing all that taste.
Yeah.
I'm bringing all.
When I went in, it wasn't like that. I went into the studio and my first couple takes, our producer turned around in his chair and was just like, "What are you doing? That sounds like trash." Because I had been relying on for so long technology. You go to use a microphone over a PA, and I can talk like this, and it sounds over the microphones like you're screaming, like you sound like Randy Blythe, you know. But he was just like, you need to start doing vocal lessons and warm ups, and I was like, yes, sir, immediately. So,
yeah, that's the one thing that I think when you're doing vocals or when you're doing anything that involves just sitting there and a bunch of people just staring at you like, come on, man, deliver the goods, you know?
Yeah.
It can almost psych you out a lot.
For sure.
And I think intimate, like, instrument.
I hate it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like...
Dreaded recording. Dreaded it because it was like that. It was just.
I remember one time I was so mad I like punched a studio wall.
No shit.
And almost broke it because I was just like frustrated. But it was just because I was nervous, I was clammed up, and then you get to that point when you're overthinking it and you can't come down off that hill. You need to either walk away, drink something, relax for a minute before you get back in there. Like, okay, let me take a crack at it.
Yeah,
or like you need to just punch a wall again.
Again,
you should have just doubled down.
I remember there was one time my old guitar player that I used to be in a band when I was living in Florida, and I did the vocal take, turned around, and I was just like, "What did you think?" And he goes, "Well, sounding like shit was perfect. Then I guess that was great."
Oh man.
You came with the heavy hit.
Oh yeah, no. This my friend AJ. Shout out to Antonio Jackson in Florida. You fucking asshole.
I like that name. Man.
AJ pulled absolutely no punches, and if he felt like he needed to tell you something, he was gonna fucking tell you it, whether you liked it or not. And to be honest with you, in a weird, shitty way, it made me a better vocalist. To be honest with you,
sometimes and now you remember that to this day.
Exactly.
You know? So you're like, I know what not to do.
My fucking dad did that to me.
Your dad did for that.
He walked by my room one day. I was practicing. He's just like, "You suck." I was just like, "Fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna be the greatest."
Yeah.
And now I'm all right.
It's like I'm making it okay. Yeah. So I got one last question for you guys. So it's almost the end of the year, but you guys have a fucking huge show coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Death Ray Vision.
Jingle Jam Chapter 2 with Death Ray Vision featuring Mike D from KSE.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Killswitch Engage for those who don't understand acronyms.
Yeah. Key them in too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's the plans going forward in 2020 with the new record out? Is there more shows? A little bit of touring, maybe?
I bought a bunch of balloons and some acid that's not going to burn through them. And I'm thinking at one of our shows, I'm just going to unleash them on the crowd.
I got
Gigi Allen ain't got shit on me.
Jesus Christ. So,
whoa.
2020,
That's all I have to say about that.
The plan is to get everybody some more material to hold them over because...
Might be a little old school goodie on there for people.
Dude, there's some stuff that didn't make the record that we got that we've done some real ramping up and some polishing
too. Been in the incubator
too.
for a while. Might be ready to come out.
some really good pieces that are going to be like we'll try to do an EP with that, and then we got to start writing and recording another record because I got a deployment coming up next year.
Okay.
So there'll be a long time where
do you know where you're going?
I do, but I'm not supposed to talk about it. So.
One of those.
It's all good. I can't say it, but
no, understood.
It's all but it's all good. I'm excited for it. I just it's the kind of bad timing with the band, So, but I'm
such is life, brother. Such is life.
But anyways, the plan is to get as much done before I leave. So, record, record, and then pepper in some shows here and there. Yeah. There's some venues around the area that we want to play, but we don't want to oversaturate the market with ourselves, so we got to spread things out locally.
Yeah, trying to do a show like every 2-3 months, something like that. And not, we're local, but not, try
less
to kind
of more. Less is more.
Spread it out a little bit distance-wise.
When we were teenagers in our early 20s, we were booking shows like once a month, once every other week.
A couple weeks,
I'm not going to lie, and someone's going to take this as a personal shot, but I was in a band recently that broke up last year, and it seemed like they were just booking shows to book shows. That's a shot towards you, Tom.
People get tired
if you're
of
listening.
that shit,
yeah. But I mean, I loved it. I mean, we're in different places, but when you play the same looping area in Connecticut, it gets a little
That's really
annoying.
Kind of what it is. You don't. It's it's oversaturation.
Yeah.
You don't. It's harder to sell tickets if you want. You know what I mean? Like you want to make good with the promoters that you're doing stuff with too, and like that makes kind of their job a little more difficult when they've got a band that's like, oh, okay, well I can't see them this week, but they'll be around in 2 weeks anyway. So
yeah, and that also like you guys are going on a show with a band that has name recognition, and no disrespect, like we all have to. Unfortunately, like when you play shows, like I've played with bands like Within the Ruins and Parkway Drive and stuff like that.
Yeah,
sure,
nice.
It's a moment that you get lucky enough to play with some of these bands, and you want to put on the best performance possible, but also keep yourself special enough to where people are like, yeah, man, I just saw these guys with Death Ray Vision. They were awesome.
Right.
They haven't played a show in blah 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 blah. Yep. Let's go check them out because they were great then. I'm gonna go check them out 3-4 months down the line.
Our last big show, like 10 years ago, was like a big show like that. We played with we were doing local support for a nationally touring band, and they gave us a shout out. Oh yeah, dude, the Taproot was coming around.
Oh snap!
Remember Taproot? Like I was like, yo, I'll play with Taproot. I think we're a little heavier than they were, but
oh for sure, yeah.
But we're good to get the crowd going.
Was this around the time they were playing Poem and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! I'm not even gonna lie. Like that low key is probably like. I like metalcore and deathcore and stuff like that. Sure. But like Taproot was one of those records. His voice is such a unique voice.
That's it.
Really
it's so cool to like.
How many times you've ever tried it? He's like the Sinead O'Connor of metal. If you hear that voice,
So
you hear that little crackling in his voice and the way he hits those pitches.
Nothing compares to him.
Exactly.
So when the manager at the venue was like, "You want to play with these guys?" We were like, "Oh yeah." Fuck yeah, like,
And this is going to sound fucked up, but someone offered me a show one time, and they were like, do you want to play with band A? And I was just like, fuck no. And it was like, do you want to play with Killswitch Engage? And I was like, can I sign up now?
Yes, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention band's A name, because if I ever get lucky enough to actually interview them, I don't want them to know that I think they're a piece of shit band.
We almost got the Seven Dust thing a while ago too. That would have been nice.
Yeah, actually,
Seven Dust is they're so dope, man.
I don't care what anybody has to say. That's a band that, as much as there's bands now from like the early 2000s, late 90s that you feel like should get the fuck off the road, that band is not one of them.
Dude, they just pump out like gold every time.
It's goddamn
Morgan
good.
Rose is like one of the most innovative drummers I've ever watched play. Like he just puts it all into every single show. And their guitarists one of them did like a triathlon recently, I think, or like an Ironman. Yeah, one of their guitar players just like on the side was like training for like some Ironman.
Yeah, me too.
You can't see it, but I'm stretching right now.
It's nuts, man. I'm like, good for you. Like, oh my gosh, like, what do you have time to do that?
No, I barely have time to breathe nowadays. Yeah. Kids, family, work, it's hard.
They grind, and it's like,
yeah, they do.
Good for you. Like, I want to round of applause.
That's awesome.
Good for you.
So we're going to wrap this one up, but you guys can check out Brother on Facebook at Official Brother Metal, and also on Instagram, Official Brother Band, okay? Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you guys coming in. Hell yeah.
Thanks for having
Erin,
absolutely, man.
Brian, thank you guys so much, all right?
This is great. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. You can find me on Facebook at Blue Presents a Podcast, or you can find me on Twitter at Podcast of Blue. See you guys next time.